Vice President Kamala Harris met today with two young lawmakers who were expelled from the Tennessee State House. One of those men is a Bay Area native. KTVU's Gianna Katsuyama joins us live now with why some say the battle in Tennessee is symbolic of a larger nationwide rift.
Well, Justin Jones grew up in Hercules, and I spoke tonight with one relative who says that they are proud of how he stood up and spoken up. I spoke with one expert tonight who talks about how this Tennessee conflict exposes the differences nationwide in how people in our current political climate address divergent views on civility and discourse.
Justin Pearson raised a fist as people cheered for him Friday on the campus of Fisk University, just one day after Pearson and another young state lawmaker, Justin Jones, were expelled from the Tennessee State House. Jones is a Bay Area native who grew up in Hercules. The two young men and one fellow lawmaker, Gloria Johnson, joined in a March 30th protest using bullhorns in the State House and breaking protocol to call for gun control legislation after a school shooting.
We have rules, we have decorum, we have process, we have procedures. Imagine if that happened on the congressional floor during his State of the Union address.
The Tennessee Black Caucus Friday blasted Republicans, noting expulsion is usually reserved for extreme ethics breaches and that Johnson was not expelled.
So I don't have to say a word about the fact that our two young African-American brothers were unfairly prosecuted. It's a horrific indictment on the Tennessee GOP, and they ought to be ashamed of themselves.
The bitter division in Tennessee drew an unscheduled visit from Vice President Kamala Harris, who met with the two young lawmakers.
One of the key things to remember is that there are established processes for violations of ethical rules. And one question is why those processes were sidestepped here.
Larry Rosenthal, program director for UC Berkeley's Center for Civility and Democratic Engagement, says Tennessee is an example of the deep divisions in the nation and highlights a difference in people's ideas of discourse, civility, and political action that are all colliding.
There is a new playing field, which is more about fighting than settling, more about yelling than speaking and listening. A lot of people are on essentially a warlike footing relative to their politics. And we're seeing that embattlement, those lines being drawn. And this brings with it a certain level of disrespect and outright mistreatment of people.
This situation in Tennessee, part of the need for a much larger dialogue, he says. Both Jones and Pearson say although they were ousted, they do plan to run again for those same House seats. Christina.
Gianna Katsuyama reporting in the newsroom. Gianna, thank you.